Welcome to the Explainer. Now, we're not going to learn how to tell fortunes today. Instead, we are peeling back the layers to uncover the secret blueprint behind one of the most mysterious decks of cards in the world, the Tarot. You know, the source material for this whole explainer kicks off with this pretty wild quote. It's basically telling us, hey, let's set aside the mysticism for a minute. This isn't about magic, it's about digging into an incredibly complex universe of symbols. So you're probably wondering, right? How in the world can 78 different pictures add up to one coherent system? Well, it all comes down to the blueprint. So let's break it down, starting with the two main parts of the deck, the Major and the Minor Arcana. All right, so first up, let's look at the bedrock of the whole deck. That's the Minor Arcana. And it's built on these four really powerful pillars, four suits, and each one maps directly to one of the ancient elements, fire, water, air, and earth. What's really fascinating here is how the source text describes the very beginning of each suit. See, it all starts with an ace, but the ace isn't just the number one. It's called the root of the powers of its element. Think about that. It's the pure, raw, unfiltered essence of fire, or water, or air, or earth. And here's the key takeaway. The aces are called the radical forces. They are the absolute starting point, kind of like the seed of pure potential. Everything else that happens in that suit, it all grows out of the energy packed into that one ace card. Okay, so we've got these four big elemental forces. But what do they look like? How do they act? Well, this is where it gets really fun. The tarot gives them personality through this amazing cast of 16 characters we call the court cards. They literally personify the qualities of each suit. Now, before we meet them, just a quick heads up from our source text, because this can trip people up. The titles might not be what you expect. The knight is the one on horseback, you know, all about swift action. But the king is actually the figure in a chariot, representing a more directed, controlled force. Then, of course, you've got the queen on her throne, and the knave, who's also called a princess, standing on her own. Let's see how this works with our first court, the suit of wands, the family of fire. I mean, just listen to these titles. The knight is the lord of the flame and lightning. The knave is the princess of the shining flame. You can already feel that fiery, impulsive, high-energy personality just from their names, can't you? Next up, we're diving into the Court of Cups. Here you've got the Lord of the Waves and the Queen of the Thrones of the Waters. These names just perfectly capture that fluid, emotional, and really imaginative nature of the water element. And now for the Suit of Swords, where we meet the personalities of air. The titles here are all about the mind, about being swift and perceptive. You've got the Lord of the Wind and the Breezes and the Princess of the Rushing Winds. It's all about intellect and quick movement. And finally, we have the Court of Pentacles, representing the earth element. Their titles just scream stability and the material world, don't they? The Lord of the Wide and Fertile Land, the Queen of the Thrones of Earth. These are the grounded, patient, real-world members of the court. So beyond those 16 personalities, each suit also has 10 numbered cards. And these aren't just random numbers. No, they actually tell a story. It's the journey of that element's energy, how it shows up in the world from the very beginning all the way to the end. And check this out. The source shows this journey so clearly. You start with the pure potential of the ace. Then, right in the middle, you hit the fives, which are all about conflict and challenge. Their titles are things like strife and defeat. But right after that, you get to the sixes, which are all about harmony and balance, cards called victory and pleasure. And it all leads up to the tens, the final outcome, which could be anything from wealth to ruin. It's a whole narrative arc in 10 cards. So far, we've been hanging out in the Minor Arcana, you know, the realm of the four elements in our day-to-day lives. But now we zoom out. We're moving from human experience to the epic, universal forces of the Major Arcana. There are 22 of these cards, and the source calls them the 22 keys of the book. And for good reason. They're a special set that stands apart from everything else. They represent the huge life themes and the powerful spiritual archetypes that shape all of our lives. This massive cosmic journey kicks off with card 0, which the text calls the foolish man. It's all about that leap of faith, that brand new, maybe even naive beginning. From there, you move through these incredibly profound concepts, like card 13, death. But look at how the source describes it, the child of the great transformers. See,
It's not just about an ending. It's about being a powerful force for change.
But it's not all so heavy. You also get these beautiful moments of hope and inspiration, like card 17, the star, which has this amazing title, The Daughter of the Firmament. And the entire cycle wraps up with card 21, the universe, given the absolutely epic title, The Great One of the Night of Time. This card is the symbol of total completion, of bringing everything together as one. Okay, so let's put all these pieces back together. When we assemble the major keys, the 4 elements, the royal court, and that numbered journey, you can finally step back and see this elegant, perfectly balanced structure of the Tarot's symbolic universe. So here's the first big division. You've got the 78 cards split cleanly into 2 halves. On one side, the 22 cosmic keys of the Major Arcana. On the other, the 56 cards of the Minor Arcana, which deal with the 4 elemental realms of our everyday lives. And if you look even closer at just the Minor Arcana, you see another perfect split. It's made of exactly 40 numbered cards, that's 10 for each of the 4 elemental journeys, and the 16 unique personalities of the royal court. I mean, look at that. It's a beautifully symmetrical system. When you see it like this, it becomes so clear that the tarot isn't just some random pack of cards for telling fortunes. It's a meticulously designed symbolic language. It's a cosmic blueprint with a complete system for exploring the forces inside us and all around us. It's a map. So the real question is, what could you discover by learning to read it?